Hi, my name is the Glue Guy. In last episode, we had an absolute triple overtime thriller against Minnesota. This week, everything's different because we play FCS Northwest. Hi, again, my name is the Glue Guy. Welcome to the third episode of the St. Thomas Tommies Dynasty. If you're new to the channel or new to the series, welcome. Hit the subscribe button if you think you're going to like this. If you don't know for sure yet, please first go ahead and see the first and second video of this series because they were wondrous in my opinion. Especially the last game against Minnesota was an absolute thriller. If you haven't seen that yet, it's right on the screen here right now, because before I show you this, I want you to know what happened in that video. We're going to the players of the week because we have one after last week. Of course, it could not be anyone else than our quarterback, Alan Rivera, with almost 600 yards, 6 total touchdowns, and as you all know, still a 60-59 triple overtime loss, unfortunately. But there's nothing to worry about. There's plenty of smiles left because today we will play FCS Northwest, someone of our own caliber, a team that we should be beating big time. So let's advance to week 4 because this week is another bye week. We are right here in week 4 and we have a ton of recruits ready to visit. My strategy is going to try and get as many guys in as quickly as possible before they visit any other schools. I just need all these guys right here in the wheelhouse in the St. Thomas Tommies facility. And I want to show them how absolutely great we are. And maybe I'll place them in this week if I'm able to. If we look at recruiting, we're in a big lead on Andrew White, the guy we look for as our future quarterback. The outside linebacker, Michael SMILEY, he's still the first outside linebacker in the country, and we are still very close to Nebraska, who's in the lead for his services. We have Daniel Johnson here, also firmly in the lead. He will be a defensive mega stopper for us. And we got William BROUSSARD, the 3-star, who is a 76 overall gem, who would be an absolute tank to add to this team. And this team would get so much better if these guys were only designed for our team. We're in the second place for TJ Mann, the center. He's the 11th rated center, but a 73 overall center is going to be a future superstar for this team. And he would do so much in our quarterback protection. Jack Jones, the quarterback, we're firmly in the lead for him. At guard, we have Russell Washington, also in the lead. SHAWN MIXON, we are very much behind on him. Already 1,400 points. I'm just going to try to stay up in the top 5 schools so that maybe in the end of the season I can throw a lot of signing day points towards him and maybe still sign him to get that offensive line a huge boost. The outside linebacker, Leon Brooks, is still leading towards Army, but I think we can get him. We might snatch him up if we get him early in here. We got the JUCO cornerback Andy Coles, who is a 71 overall and would be an easy addition to our team. Apparently not a lot of teams are going after him very hard. At quarterback, we're still battling over Oliver Williams with Minnesota after they beat us by 1 point in last episode. I cannot let them have this player. They're also beating us at this point for JUCO defensive tackle Frank Thomas, who would be a great addition to our team. Just look at him. He's got all the moves we need, and I want that guy in here. We're also in the lead for this 3-star wide receiver, Will Sharp. And in the lead for Kevin Smith, so I'm not touching these guys for as long as we're in the lead of them, because then the computer starts offering them scholarships and start recruiting them more heavily. We have 7 guys ready for a visit, and we're going to plan those visits right now. I think I want them to get in here as soon as possible. And today is actually the first time we get a chance to do so. So we're inviting all of these guys in today. I want as many players in here as possible. We get all the complimentary visits if we do that. And that will make this FCS game a little more competitive and a little more interesting because we need a lot of goodness for ourselves. We have head coach upgrades to do for Coach Glue. And since we got a lot of recruits in this week, I want to give them a 100-point extra bonus on that visit. And our defensive coach also has an upgrade available. And we're going to give him the upgrade on the charge one. Because we need to get to that quarterback more often after last week. Where we had only 1 sack. 2+ power moves and +2 on the finesse moves would be a great deal for us. The Tommies are hyped up, running out of their stadium. Dreaming about all the big things that they should be doing. There are 8 possible new teammates in the stands, and they are here to get a best look of what the St. Thomas Tommies team can do for them. They elect to kick, we defend against the wind, and that means that we are set for the kickoff for the second match in St. Thomas Tommies Division 1 history. Our Swiss Army knife Christensen is running out there. Let's see if he can get some blockers. We got some blockers. And he cannot outrun him, but that's a 42-yard return. Alan Rivero, our quarterback, 6'2", 187 pounds. He is more than ready to take on the field, and let's see if we can get another big performance like last week. We're going to start off throwing. 1st and 10, and it is Hopkins on the throw with the hot route. I think we might just get him. No, we cannot. Wow! Wow, okay, there was no Minnesota style whatsoever. They just straight up rushed us and beat our ass. 4th and 18. This is not the time to play hero ball. This is the time to just punt this thing. And they dropped the punt. Wow. I didn't even know that was a possibility, but whoop. Like it was slipped all in butter. We're going to blitz on him again. Want to get some pressure in there. I'm going to blitz with Duckett. Maybe this time I can get through and actually get to the quarterback. It's a quarterback keeper. And it's a fumble, and Roberts with the reception, with the recovery. I mean, what a great play by Roberts. Oh, and it's a challenge. Please do not overturn this. Was he on the ground? I don't know. Let's see if it was. He's got the knee down and then he loses it. And the play is reversed, of course. 3rd and 4. Not what I was hoping for. What a start to this game. I want to get some big pressure on there. Let's see what we can do if we bring the house. I'm going to try to be Alexander, who lost his star status. After starting as a star, he couldn't get to the quarterback at all. What the fuck's happening right now? Okay, so that was a terrible defensive play. I'm going to go with the cover 3 sky. With a QB spy on Duckett. Because I want to get to the quarterback. And that's where we go. User sack. Dustin Kane gets sacked for 7 yards by middle linebacker Duckett. That is absolutely great. Right through the middle. I got all the time and space in the world. Get down there, boy. Let's see what we can do with the run here. I mean, we've tried passing. Didn't really work so far. Maybe Jones can do something for us. He doesn't really look like he can do anything right there. They just keep bringing people in there. What a terrible start to the game. Really awful. Really awful. Looks like a real good punt. And that is a really good punt. And there our wide receiver Willis is also playing cornerback. That looks like a bad idea. Alexander, let's see if we can get some pressure with him. Oh God. Oh, this looks terrible. Coleman hit the dude. That's a big hit. That's absolutely what we needed. There's no big plays for you here except for this 29-yarder. I'm going with another quarterback spy on Duckett. I mean, we have to get to the quarterback. Oh, we should have. Oh, we had the big play there and just in time to get the tackle. Another 28-yard play for those guys. Our defense is not making up for the time that we are on the field. This is not how we want to show the new incoming players what we are like. We are going to crash in. I think it's another running play. That is a great play. Finally, tackle for loss by Alexander. The first thing he has done good for the Tommies. He is supposed to be our star, and this is the first time he shows it. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Oh, that is a banger of a hit. Wow. We're going with the PA play. Last week, PA plays were our bread and butter. Let's see if we can do that again this time. O'Connor is out there. Christensen is out there. We're going to hit Thompson on the safe one. He makes one man miss, and that's an 8-yard reception. I mean, we've got plenty of time on the clock, so I want to start using a little bit of difference in routes. But we got John Hopkins wide open. Can he go for the touchdown? Yes, he can. That is a St. Thomas, and more Thomas. Tommies touchdown. It is 3-6. Our big-ass tight end, John Hopkins, got us the touchdown we needed. Extra point is good. Good job, King. I think with 1 minute and 16 seconds on the clock, they are going to try to get that ball deep. There's no one in the backfield, so this is definitely a pass. And that is another sack. Great job, Jackson. Number 99 sacked the quarterback for 8 yards. I mean, that quarterback spy got the center out of his position, and we were right there, able to get him down. Oh, they're just waiting out the clock because they think they're going to fuck up too. Well, I'm good with it. I'm in front. Oh, that is almost the safety, but it's time for them to punt. Oh, that is the safety. That's a great job. We got the safety in. Absolutely stunning play by Duckett. Again, the quarterback spy works like a charm for us. They look like they are going to leave Buchanan on the 1-and-1. And I got Hopkins. Hopkins with the catch. That is an absolute stunning catch. That is a 44-yarder. John Hopkins is doing everything for us right now. Time stood still here. We're on the timeout. We're not going for a weak-ass kick right here. We are going to throw this bitch.
Say what?
Halfback in the slip screen. I want to get touchdowns, and especially against an FCS school, I'm not going for kicks. Oh, wow, that was a stupid decision. That was a more than stupid decision. I actually had quite a lot of time for a screenplay, but I had nowhere else to go. We entered the half with a 9-3 lead against FCS Northwest. I won Duckett, and I'm seriously not going off my quarterback spy. I'm seriously not doing it. I'm not even considering it. Oh, we flipped that. Coleman, broken tackle, Michaud. Can anyone get that dude down? Lavelle Montgomery with a 17-yard reception. Every play is the same at this point. Why? Why is there nobody covering that dude? We're going with the zero blitz here. Except for Duckett. You know what Duckett's about to do.
Get over here!
And that is another sack by Jackson. Great job there, buddy. We got 3 sacks on the game, and this is a better defensive game than we had last week. Duckett, get to the quarterback, man. Oh, Mitchell misses the tackle.
I'm in danger.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is an absurd tackle. Right on the goal line to save us from getting the touchdown already. But what a broken tackle right here. He didn't want anything to do with our quarterback, Mitchell. Just get out the way, you sissy boy. Pow, there you go. But then there was Neil. He got all his aggression in there and hit him as hard as he could. Oh, wow. Is nobody going to get to the quarterback? I don't use the quarterback spy for once. And it's 9-9, and I really regret not kicking that field goal earlier. Maybe John Hopkins can get open. Buchanan looks like he could get open. Oh, Buchanan is really open. Make the stop and go, and Buchanan, can you go for the touchdown? No, he could not, but what a move was that by Buchanan. The stop and go Executed to perfection. Nice throw by Rivero. Great catch by Buchanan. And there's the stop. And there you go. But unfortunately, he couldn't get all the speed boosts up to get to the touchdown line. But a great play nevertheless. I'm going with the empty stick. Last week it was a really good play for us, to be fair. Maybe this week it can be too. I really don't know yet. I really hope so though. We got O'Connor. And O'Connor's got the touchdown there. What an unbelievable play by Lauren O'Connor. Nice job. The second passing touchdown over our quarterback, Alan Rivero. I really was just going to go for the quick first down, but then the field completely opened up for us. And that was all we needed. We're going to go for the 2-point conversion here because 1 point doesn't really do us anything. We're going to try this. Rivero scrambling out. Can he get there in time? Yes, he can just get there in time. There is 4 FCS Northwest players right on his face, but he got to play. I'm going to try to do the spy with Dawson. And Jackson with his 3rd sack. This is a school record of 4 sacks in the game. I mean, St. Thomas, I know it's only a young school, but I don't know what's happened to Jackson today. That is 3 sacks on the day for 1 player. Duckett on the quarterback spy. Oh, we have to stop falling for this shit. I'm going to try to see if I can get a sack with Edwards this time. Oh, that's a nasty play. But Alexander, you should be our big guy. You should hit those tackles. I mean, you had 1 big play today and you're missing all of them. Duckett, get to that QB. Oh, just not in time. Oh, this whole tackling thing is absolute shit for us. Oh my god, this is a terrible play. A 58-yard touchdown just because I just pressed the tackling button with my middle linebacker, but for some reason I was my cornerback and he decided to tackle in the middle of the field for no reason, and that means we're drawn again. With the PA fullback flat. Buchanan, he's got tight coverage, but if he beats it, we're going feasting on him. Oh, Buchanan, great catch, and I said we are going feasting on him, and I mean touchdowns. What a great play by Rivero. He dodged the defender, got right in there to throw a perfect pass, and then there was Buchanan with an absolutely stunning catch. That's a 1-play comeback. We are in the driver's seat again. Oh, that's my fault. That's absolutely my fault. I didn't get the quarterback spy in there. So Chris Byers was all the way open for a 21-yard reception. I'm just going after that quarterback a little too aggressive.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And that is another sack. Dustin Gain, get down there. Dan Alexander, finally. He has 2 tackles for loss and a sack. This is the game we expect from our star right end. This is going to be another pass, my dudes. You know that's happening. Get to him. Why is there nobody with Montgomery? We had him pinned down. And now it's 1st and goal again. Going with the QB spy. Oh, we got 2 QB spies now. Then we better get him.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Edwards, that is another big hit. That is another sack. Dustin Gain is being worked into the ground a lot of times today. Duckett, you are the quarterback spy. This is where you should be. Fuck this shit, man. This is another touchdown for the FCS school. I mean, nobody could get past his blocker. This is just absolutely dreadful. Duckett, this is where you should be. I mean, I switched on the defender and then Duckett just forgets to go to the quarterback. That's his assignment. Let's see what the kick return team can do this time. We got Thompson this time.
Nope.
Oh, that was a mistake by me. We're going to use the strong sail, although it hasn't actually worked for us one time. I still keep trying that play over and over again, and I've got no idea why. Well, maybe this is why. John Hopkins, that is a great play. Nice 26-yard reception, and John Hopkins is the star of this offense this game. Let's see if we can surprise him with a PA play. I mean, if John Hopkins can get open, everything is fine. John Hopkins cannot get open, but Buchanan can. That is a 17-yard touchdown for St. Thomas. That is the 4th touchdown for our quarterback, Rivero. Nice play. 23 seconds on the clock. If we can stop them for 23 seconds, we march on with our first St. Thomas victory. We know it's going to be a pass. Willis, get the tackle. Oh, that is a nice big hit. That is the big hit we need right now. We're playing 2-man under. I'm going to try to bring the pressure in with Edwards. He did absolutely not get the pressure in. And Willis, that is the interception that saves the game for us. Great job. Nice interception by who? By a player that's actually a wide receiver. He jumps up in happiness, or just because I was a little late pressing the button. But that is game. It is 3rd and 15 because of the knees we took. We are up 7 points. We kneel down, and that is the end of the game. The St. Thomas Tommies are victorious for their first time in their Division 1 football adventure. It was an absolutely dreadful, terrible defensive style game. We completely got obliterated on a couple of plays. FCS Northwest threw that ball over our heads a couple of times. We had a lot of missed tackles. Alan Rivero is again the player of the game. He's got a big bunch of touchdowns already at this point. The Tommies are absolutely outrageous with happiness because we have won our first ever Division 1 game, 24-31 against FCS Northwest. Passing, we had a great game. 331 yards, 73% completed with an average of almost 20 yards with a longest throw of 72 yards. Got sacked 2 times, but we got 4 touchdowns. That's absolutely great. Rivero had 20 yards lost on every run he had, but Jason Jones had 9 yards out of 5 carries. That's absolutely terrible. Our running game is dreadful. On the receiving end of things, we had Kyle Buchanan, our star wide receiver, with 148 yards. He only had 4 receptions for that because we had very little receptions in this game. We had Jason Jones with 38 yards. John Hopkins, our star freshman tight end. This guy is going to be doing wonders for us when he becomes like a, let's just say a junior. He'll be around 75 probably, and if he keeps this up, he'll be a very, very good player for us. We had John Thompson with 18 yards. We had Lorne O'Connor with 18 yards. Braylon Willis, the dude who had the game-winning interception, is actually a wide receiver. He got 1 catch that was so important for 7 yards. And then we have our Swiss Army knife, Marcus Christensen, the cornerback, who's also returning for us, who is also playing wide receiver with 5 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, Reggie Jackson, the left end, had 3 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, absolutely awesome. Will Neal, the strong safety, had 4 tackles. If we go for the tackles for loss, which we had a lot today, we had our true star, sophomore Dan Alexander with 2 tackles for loss and 1 sack. Absolutely great game. The user middle linebacker, freshman Jeremiah Duckett with 2 tackles for loss and a sack. We had Paul Edwards, the defensive tackle who most of the time lines up as middle linebacker, had 1 tackle for loss and 1 sack. And then both left outside linebacker Roberts and cornerback Kenny Shaw had a tackle for loss. The only interception came by wide receiver Braylon Willis, who did nothing else this whole game but getting that one interception. That's for the defensive side, of course. It was indeed a narrow escape for the Tommies, but nevertheless, we got our first victory. We are 1-1 at this point in time. Next week, it's another challenge, it's another game, and if you want to see that and you want to see who will be struggling against next week, don't forget to subscribe right now, hit the like button. If you've got some ideas to make this series even more interesting, this is the time to put something down below in the comments. My name is The Glue Guy, I had great fun making this video. I hope you had just as much fun watching. Have a great day. Bye guys.